What's happening, everybody? Just got done doing 2 hours at the gym, doing upper body. About to go ahead and handle some other stuff for the day. I thought I might give a drive and talk about a serious subject that I've been thinking about for a while. Now, for me, these past almost 3 years now has been a lot of major changes. I had to change a lot of things within myself and my life, such as I no longer drink alcohol. I no longer smoke weed. I no longer care about partying and hanging out with certain people and what have you. Because for me, these past 3 years have been among the most life-changing of my entire life, period. Because I realized that the stuff I was doing beforehand with my attitude towards the world and what I was doing to cope with everything and all the bullshit through drinking and smoking, how dissatisfied I was with all areas of my life, wasn't helping me. So I had to go ahead and do something that unfortunately a lot of you are going to have to do when you want to go ahead and do better for yourself and level up in life. Is you have to cut a lot of people loose and let people go. All right? Say, for example, back then when I was in high school and college and what have you, I used to hang around guys that were among what's called the misfits and the bad boys, because they were the only groups of guys that I really fit in with. Because I've always been a person that had a mind of his own. I never chose to follow the crowd and do what everyone else is doing to fit in. So I would go ahead and fit in with the groups of guys that either didn't care about fitting in and just being, the norm, as far as like, I didn't get along with the jocks and the nerds in school. I got along with the guys who were considered to be like the untouchables. The guys that just didn't care about being a part of any group or clique, or they would get involved in bad behavior outside of school. I've always got along with them. But, say there was a group of guys I hung around with that were the stoners, okay? We would go into their mom's garage, smoke weed, and talk a lot of bullshit. That doesn't make any fucking sense, That's what happens when you hang around stoners. They like to smoke weed, talk a lot of shit, and eat chicken wings and pizza and all that other stuff. And then there were a group of guys I hung around with that were the real bad boys, that were getting involved in illegal activities outside of school. And when we got raided by the school security, a few days after, one guy gave the other guy a wad of dollar bills wrapped in a rubber band, and they put us in a classroom and interrogate all of us. I said, I can't hang with you guys no more. And the same thing with the guys who were stoners, is that I realized, that was in my early 20s, and I don't know who I am or where I want to go with my life, but I'm doing a lot more for myself than these guys who honestly are just a bunch of losers. I'm working, I'm going to school, I'm trying to figure out what I want out of life, and you guys are not doing anything for yourself. You're just hanging out, smoking weed, and talking a lot of shit. I told them straight up, I can't mess with you guys no more. I'm moving on to bigger and better things for myself. I may not know what I want in life, but I'm not going anywhere hanging out with you guys. And they were like, you got some balls to go ahead and say that to us, but we respect that. And these past 3 years has been a lot of examples of that, okay? It's like, I'm at a point now which I don't care about going to parties anymore, going to the club, or the casino, or any other stuff. It's like, I'm focused, man. I'm trying to focus on my goals, my dreams, and what I want to accomplish. And then when you go ahead and you do that for yourself, you get to realize a lot of people just don't have that attitude whatsoever. It's like, I work as a senior level cook, right? At a high-end Mexican restaurant. And it may not be what I want to do forever, but it's what I'm doing in the meantime as a main source of income while I'm focused on doing some other stuff, like selling clothes and shoes and what have you online. I'm helping family and friends do that and getting that thing going. I'm also learning about investing and stocks and bonds and mutual funds through a mentor and a family friend of mine. And then not only that, a few years back, I helped my father sell 3 of his properties through a real estate company back in 2023. And we sold all of his properties within 6 months. And I was the one who was handling all the paperwork with the company, and I learned a bit about real estate. And I made the same amount of money in that 6-month period as I did within 2 years of my regular job. I think, this is a big wake-up call. But then it's like one thing after another happened, you know, family problems, work problems, or whatever. And now that things are more settled, I'm focused on wanting to go ahead and do better for myself than just working a regular 9-to-5 for somebody else. I want to go ahead and have a business on my own, also do investing, and just have many different hustles that I can tap into in order to create the life I want, you know, with the finances that I make. And also another thing is that I want to go up and move out of here. No disrespect, but I've been living here in the Coachella Valley for all my life, and I decided 5 years ago I want to go ahead and get the you-know-what out of here. There's nothing for me here. It's a nice place to live if you're old and retired and you want to do stuff like go to the country club, get a burger and fries, go out and play golf, and go home and watch TV. Like, I just came back from the gym at this rec center in Palm Desert, and I heard these 2 older guys talking about, well, is Bob gonna meet us up for lunch this Wednesday? Yeah, and then we're gonna go and play golf afterwards. Man, these people are so boring. I'm bored of it all. I've seen it all. I've done it all. And there's really no opportunity and activity around here for young people. So, and a lot of people I know from school are gone for the same reasons, because there's nothing for young people around here. There really is not a lot of cool stuff to do for young people. There's not a lot of work opportunity for young people and what have you. So I want to go up and leave. But unfortunately, with my intentions and where I'm going with myself, I kind of realize this as an unfortunate truth about life, is that the more you keep moving forward, the more you're going to have to leave people behind. See, I know that I have a lot of drive. I have a lot of ambition. I have a lot of belief in myself. Because if I didn't, I would probably still not even be here. If you were to know about my complete life history, what I went through, you'd be surprised I'm still even alive. I had to go ahead and keep running and pushing, jumping over hurdles, ducking and dodging, all these obstacles, and climbing hills and mountains to get to where I'm at. I had to develop a strong will and tenacity that was tough as nails, and sometimes just ruthless and fierce like a lion or a tiger, and keep my emotions in check. Well, you get to realize a lot of people are not like that at all. Say, most of the people I know at work, they don't really like their job. They show up, they do what's good enough, and go home. And a lot of people I know complain about their job. They don't care about their job, what have you. But they still show up to their job because they have bills to pay. They got rent to pay for. They got kids to take care of, and all this other stuff. And the only thing they have to look forward to is when they clock out on the weekend so they can go to the liquor store and get themselves a 6-pack of beer. Or what I used to do is I would get myself like a 400 milliliter bottle of Hennessy or Courvoisier and a bottle of 211 malt liquor and an ounce of weed that was at least 30% THC. And I realized, this is not helping me. The liquor and the weed's not helping me. It's just trying to, mask and hold back this dissatisfaction that I feel about myself or where I'm going with my life. This is not helping me at all. This is just holding me back with what I want to do. So I cut the weed and alcohol, figure out what is it that I'm not happy with my life about. Okay? I don't care about my work. but I found this other opportunity through real estate. And then also I have some other opportunities understanding about investing and selling clothes and shoes and watches and books and magazines or whatever online. I can tap into that, and making friends with people who are doing better in life than I am and just seeing what they do. I got a friend of mine who, he has his own security and locksmith business. He has like properties and real estate, and he has investments and what have you. It's like, you want to go ahead and associate with people who are winning in life, and that's what I want to do, and learn from them and what I can do in order to be where they are at. But a lot of people in general just do not have that attitude. I've had to go ahead and let a lot of people go throughout the years. I would probably say that, maybe like 90 to 95% of all people that I've come across, and eventually that you're gonna have to come across, such as your associates, your co-workers, your friends, even your family, or maybe even your spouse or girlfriend or wherever, you got to go ahead and just let them go. Because people just don't have that hunger and drive within themselves to make the best out of life. They just do things until it's just good enough. Oh, I'm working a job which I don't get paid very much and I don't really like it, but it's good enough. Oh, I'm in a relationship with someone that, I can't really stand anymore. But you know what? We have to split the rent and the bills, and we have a kid together. So this is just good enough. And I'm not living where I want to live, but at least I have a roof over my head, and it's decent and it's good enough. It's like, hell to the fuck no. I'm thinking, hell to the fuck no. Like, I remember this guy who was an old school pimp named Hollywood Shantae saying, stay hungry and remember you are the prize. I'm not condoning the lifestyle that he did, but that was the mentality that I stuck with ever since I heard it. Staying hungry, what does that mean? That means you want to go ahead and always want what's best for you out of life. There's always something better for you. Then you just go after it. What does it mean to say that you are the prize? That means you have to make yourself happy first. You have to go after making the best out of life for yourself first. And then incorporating the right type of people instead of the wrong type of people into your life. Okay? I don't have time to hang with people that want to get drunk and smoke weed and do drugs and party and gambling and all this other stuff. I remember seeing over and over and over again that a lot of guys, like these rappers, these ball players, these entertainers and all that, they've messed up their lives and gone broke because of 5 things: gambling, partying, drugs, alcohol, and women. Specifically the last part, tricking off of these hoes. Okay? It's like, gambling to me is like throwing money down the toilet. Partying, I don't go to parties, okay? I only meet up with people that I actually consider to be close friends, that I actually fuck with. And if I don't fuck with a whole lot of people in a certain setting, I don't care about being around them. Like, I remember last year there was an event, a year-end party for the employees at my work, and I've walked around the whole place and I'm thinking, like, 99% of these people I see here, I just don't fuck with. And there's alcohol here, and I don't want to be tempted into that. But so what I did was I hung out for a little bit with my younger brother, and I'm gonna get to one thing my younger brother said. I hung out with him for a little bit, had a free meal, got a cigar, and went the fuck home. Okay? And I don't want to go back to drugs and alcohol, because all that was doing was holding me back in life and masking my personal dissatisfaction of who I was and where I'm going, and I'm putting more of that effort in making the changes within myself so that I don't have to drink alcohol and smoke weed anymore. I can go ahead and enjoy life as it is, okay? By getting rid of all the other bullshit around me, as far as the wrong type of people, doing stupid stuff, all the dumb shit, the fuck shit, the fake shit, the snake shit, and most of all, the bullshit. Getting caught up and just drama and problems and all this other stuff that I don't need. It's like I want to be around people who are going to help make my life better, not make my life worse. Okay? And the last thing is like, you know what, relationships are concerned, I'm just doing me in the meantime. Okay? A lot of females have come up to me and asked me, oh, why are you still single? You're an attractive guy, whatever. And I say, because a lot of women in general are just not worth my time. You know, I call myself Jay-Z looking for his Beyonce, Gucci Mane looking for his Keisha Kaur, Tarzan looking for his Jane, or Clyde looking for his Bonnie. And a lot of these females out here are not like that. And to be perfectly honest with you, a lot of them are really just a waste of time and are a headache. When you get to around my age, you get to see that a lot of women that are attractive are either taken or they're a single mom. I can't really be with a single mother, okay? I already explained that. But I want a woman that's gonna be a confidant, that's gonna complement my life and where I'm going and with my life journey. And as I said before, 4 main requirements with women for me is beauty, brains, ambition, and cooperation. And also another thing is that, does she actually really like me and have burning desire for me? One of my main guys on YouTube, Richard Cooper, explained this, is that if a woman does not have burning desire for you, then it's just a waste of your time. And until then, until I find someone, I'm fine being by myself. And it's not a bad thing to be by yourself for the most part, okay? Because people a lot of times are just going to hold you back and cloud your mind and just be like an ankle weight for you. I've heard this being said before, it's lonely at the top. And I think the reason why it's lonely at the top is because a lot of people in general are comfortable with staying near the bottom. And I see that every day. I see that with the people at work. I see that with people who are in my family and all this other stuff. And it's just like, man, eventually I'm just gonna have to let a lot of these people go with where I'm going, what I want to do with my life. And it's just, you end up in a position which you just outgrow people, or you get bored with them, or you see them for who they really are and realize you just can't mess with these people no more. So that's just what you gotta expect when you want to do better for yourself, okay? You don't want to get caught up with partying and drugs and alcohol and just getting involved in dumb stuff anymore, or just wanting to do better than just working a regular 9 to 5 in order to make someone else become rich, and then you're only getting crumbs left over. It's like, when you have a mentality and are doing the work that you want to do better for yourself, you're probably going to have to let a lot of people go. Like my brother and I were having a conversation how I want to go ahead and move out of state. He and I are staying in a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment. And he says he doesn't want to leave. He wants to stay here. And I told him, well, it's either you're going with me or I'm going to have to leave you behind. I'm sorry, but I have my reasons. Of course, he wasn't very happy about it. But when I explained it and how it is, it's like, it's just too bad. So that's one unfortunate truth you gotta realize about life, everyone, is that when you want to do better for yourself, when you want to go ahead and make the best out of life, you have to let people go, okay? Because all that they're going to be for you is just an ankle weight. All they're going to be for you is really just a setback. And you got to go ahead and just remove a lot of people from your life and incorporate a new set of people into your life. Even if that means just at best 5 people or just 1 person in the meantime. Or it's just, you got to go ahead and learn to have your own back and trust yourself. And understand that God, the universe, or whatever you want to call it, has good intentions for you. As long as you keep wanting to do the work and pushing up and moving forward with whatever you want to do as far as a plan or goals and dreams, and you have a solid steps and vision for yourself, when you have that attitude, you got to let people go. Because you only get one life to live, and unfortunately, a lot of people are just going to end up doing a whole bunch of nothing with their lives. So if you want to do something, you got to let the people that just want to do a whole bunch of nothing go and do what's best for you. That's my thought for today. I'll be doing another video next time when I'm thinking about something serious that I want to discuss about. You might get something out of. Anyways, I'm on to moving to some other stuff. Of course, go ahead, like, share, and subscribe to the video. And I'll see y'all next time. And you keep moving up and moving forward. And stay away from all the dumb shit, the fuck shit, the fake shit, and snake shit. And most of all, that bullshit. Peace. Have a nice day.